Live on the pre-show. Hello, gamers. Gotta make sure that we are working. We appear to be good. Amazing. Spectacular. And post. And post. And you're about to get pinged. Here comes the ping. Boom. Welcome.
Hi, hi.
Hello, hello. So Andy said Andy's going to be a bit late. That's fine. Shadow will not be here for this series, I don't think. Shino should hopefully be here this week, I believe.
I realized, like, literally 2 minutes ago that I double booked myself, but it turns out that somebody else is going to be in that other thing, so I'm good.
Hell yeah.
At least that's what I'm telling myself.
You double booked yourself, so you are also reading another book right now?
Another Yuri.
Wilton to us.
Welcome, Ann.
Join the pre-show memes for more hit singers.
True. That's where they all happen.
I almost hit the sad horn.
No, that's probably appropriate, yeah.
Hey everyone, it's James from Fun Foods, and today we're going to make some Among Us cookies.
I am so sick of things breaking.
You're just like the relationships into bloom into you. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Let's go with the media
Holy
analysis.
Wait, is that a spoiler?
No, this relationship's definitely gonna survive, yeah.
I meant my server and the wiki, but...
You know, I think I like the main character more because she wears the clothes she does.
Yeah.
But she's not super femme. She's just in a t-shirt and some shorts.
Yeah, pretty much.
She looks great in
Look, comfy is a wonderful aesthetic.
Really?
Oh, okay. Give me 2 minutes. I shall return very shortly.
You'll get 2 whole minutes, don't worry. Hi, I'm Irene. I'm here to recommend Yaoi. Okay, bye. Thanks, Soul.
What?
That's what Soul wrote. To you saying I'm gonna have to step away for a bit.
Fucking got her ass.
I do have Yaoi. I could.
See? Walks in, talks about men, and then leaves.
A book.
Oh.
So instead, right now, I'll recommend the Yaoi.
Oh, okay.
I've been reading Given this week. I think I started it after last week.
I've seen a bit of the anime.
Yeah, I've been reading the manga because I own the first 3 volumes, and it's only 9 volumes long. I've only read the first 6 though. So I've still got 3 more to finish, but so far it's been very good.
Is that a sequel or a prequel to Taken?
Boy howdy, am I excited for the last 3 volumes if that's the case.
I will find you.
It's about these musician guys. This guy has a broken guitar. Like the strings are messed up on it. That's it. And this other guy like fixes it for him, and like ends up having him like follow him to where he does his band stuff and gets him to join his band and everything, and it's a story from there. Hard to call it a slice of life because slice of life implies, like, oh, happy, normal
lack of
things,
plot.
relaxing, typical things that could happen to some not batshit toxic stuff.
That happens to me
Not
every
quite
day.
batshit, but it does. There's quite some toxic things. In a similar vein to the toxicity of Bloom into You, where it's like just realistic enough where you're like, yeah, I could see this happening, but wow, these circumstances are fucked.
I don't know. I've known some people who that counts as a slice of life for.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Welcome back.
I returned.
Hello.
Okay, I'm just trying to check some things. Does anybody know if Shino said Shino was going to be here this week? I don't remember for sure. Let me see.
I know she said she wasn't going to be here last week, but I don't
Yeah.
remember
I was
about
gonna say,
this week.
last week she said I won't be here for this first session, but
Yeah, it says
but that
probably
was a
can't make it this
ago,
week,
so.
but we'll join for later weeks. I'll just ping Shino and ask.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, at Saiki Saika Fan Club.
As she deserves.
Hey, she had a W
I
this
can't
time.
believe she's not blonde.
Right?
True. We had the reveal.
It makes sense if you think about it at all. She's all responsible and shit. But
Also, I love how I'm not the only one who thought that she was blonde.
it just fits her design so much better to be blonde.
It's also a good dichotomy too, because you got you, who's like orange hair, and then you've got Nanami, who's got the dark hair.
But I guess if she's trying to be all background
you saying about
character to
pink?
Nanami, then brown makes sense.
We're not having the Marina hair color.
Oh God.
debacle.
Is this a landmine I've walked into?
Here we go. Okay, I found the image again.
Let's just put it this way: I'm careful whenever I write alt text. Well, I change it up every time I do alt text images with Marina. Well, in this one it's more orange, and in this one it's more pinkish orange, and this one it's more red, and this one.
Hair's a goddamn mood ring.
This image is
Yup.
titled Untitled.
That sounds about right for
JPEG,
Marina.
which I already have a file called Untitled.jpg, apparently.
Shocking.
Title your JPEGs, people. Title them. Alright, here you go.
Don't tell me what to do.
Too
Or
bad.
better yet, make them PNGs.
True. Look at that. Hair color reveals here. Look at this shit.
Well, it was originally a JPEG, or it was originally a PNG, but there was a delay in the ping, and so they. That's a nerd joke.
Yeah? Yeah, is that what that was? Yeah.
What's the joke?
Can you explain it?
It's like when you're testing a network, you'll ping
Yeah.
something, which just means like send basic like garbage information and see how quickly the other one responds.
Yeah.
Everybody knows when you explain a joke, it gets
Oh.
funnier.
That's
Mhm.
true. That is true.
Really good joke,
It's
Ian.
fundamental truth. Thank you. If I repeat it again, I think it'll get even funnier. Here we go. Let me try.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
I believe in you.
Andy's here. Welcome, Andy.
Yaha.
Oh shit.
Congratulations on not being late.
Thank you. I didn't break traffic laws.
Oh yeah, also welcome, Baguetti. I think you came in and we were talking about something, so I didn't actually say hi. Hello, Baguetti.
Yeah, nobody said hi to me. It's
I
okay.
got in trouble.
Well,
at
I
work
did
today.
now. I remembered you.
Sorry, who?
Exactly.
Sorry, it's hard to recognize you when you're not the Emily fan club anymore. It's hard to recognize.
Yeah, have you abandoned Emily?
Oh no.
Where is she?
I make Emily read the manga for me.
Oh yeah, I didn't come up with any name for myself this week either.
I'm just imagining like how you do with a small animal where you have them like in your lap while reading.
Yes. Except I'm not reading. Emily is.
Yeah, you're in Emily's lap.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I was Emily the whole time.
I think that's how puppets work, yeah.
Okay, Shino has responded in the chat to us and said Shino will probably join us for the last week of Yagakimi because the downside of rereading the manga too many times is remembering too many late story details. So Shino will join us for the end, which is reasonable. That's fair. It's a short series anyway, so it won't take that long to hear Shino's thoughts. We'll find out all about the
So
Saiki
odd
Saika
that
fan club.
The one series she'll be missing the most of.
That's true.
So I guess you could say that she knows too much.
Stream over, everybody. Go home.
I can't find the drum roll sound effect.
I guess it's hard to like read the rest of the story when you know about the human sacrifice ending.
That's true.
Don't fucking spoil it, Jesus.
That's true. I'm always expecting that. All right.
The blooming is the blooming of the blood.
Yeah, you have
Oh.
to go. You have to go into manga assuming there's going to be human sacrifice, and then
I
either
do,
be
usually.
pleasantly surprised or disappointed.
I always do,
depending on your
at least with
perspective on
Yuri
their
manga.
Yeah, no, it does end with just all of them sprouting like a bunch of flowers all over their bodies.
Oh, like
Oh,
Konohaka
nice.
disease.
Yeah,
It's like the new Silent Hill game.
yeah.
I was
That was
True.
this earlier today. I was streaming the Death on the Nile, and Chap missed like the last 20
did.
minutes of it.
I don't know what happened.
So according to him, everyone died and the ship
Yeah.
sunk in the Nile.
And I was the one who actually sunk the
Sounds
ship.
correct.
Actually, that was
That
it was
happened to me
who
once.
did that. Yeah.
Ari, that is what happened. You're just in denial.
And it's going on for Niles and Niles and Niles.
I don't know what's
Like
gotten
from
into you
Frasier?
today.
Wow. Okay, everybody's here, right? We got everybody.
Yes.
Deserved.
Chap's
Everybody's.
like, please no, please stop, please stop.
Everybody's here, right? We got everybody here. We got the jokes out of our system for now. Don't worry, I'm sure
No,
we got
I'm
plenty
still
of time
here.
for them. Okay, all right. Well, all right. So everybody should be here that we expect to be here this week. So we'll get started then. Let me take off pre-show. Welcome everybody to another exciting week of the Anime Book Club here on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick all at the same time. We are here to continue our discussions about Bloom Into You, volumes 3 and 4 this week. But before we get into that, let's get into our guests for this week. In alphabetical order, as I can see it on Discord as usual. Andy, introduce yourself.
Oh, hi, I'm Andy. You might also see me online as like Now and Bacon, and stuff. You can also call me Now and our Bacon. Any and all is good. Yeah. Happy Thursday.
Sweet. You got anything to recommend?
I recommend not working at a call center.
All right,
True.
there you go. Try to avoid.
Facts.
Try to avoid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all.
All right.
That's all I got.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that, Andy. Next up, Andromeda. Introduce yourself.
Oh no, that's me. Hi, I'm Marianne or Anne, whichever you prefer. As for a recommendation this week, Yeah, I got nothing.
All right, fair
Dang.
enough.
Bold.
Fair enough. Okay, well, thank you so much for that, Anne. Next up, Arimia Yuri. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Arimia Yuri. Uh,
Not to be confused with
Yuri?
Arimia Yaoi. Not to be confused with Arimia Yaoi, alright? That's very different.
So
yeah,
it's like parentheses Yuri, your last name, or
yeah. So
No. First name Ari, middle name Mia, last name Dev.
ah,
Yuri the third. So I'm Ari. My recommendation this week is Murder on the Orient Express. I've got. I'm not gonna check how much words I have left. I'm 250 pages into it. Probably out of maybe a cool 320. It's good. It's refreshing. It's delightful. Someone died.
Oh,
They probably deserved it.
did they die on the Orient
Okay.
Express, potentially?
I mean, that's what all the evidence is looking like.
Oh, okay.
But until the very end, it's hard to say definitively.
That's true.
Most likely, yes. Especially considering the title. But I mean, anything could happen.
That's true.
anything.
That's true.
Including another murder on the Orient Express.
That's true.
So I'll have to see. Go read an old book.
I liked when we were watching the Death on the Nile movie earlier, and Stella was like, "Oh yeah, just go read the Van Deen rules or whatever," and we started pushing the Umineko sticker, and Stella's just like, "I don't know what this is." Yeah, we started
She's
posting
like, I don't
Will,
know what this is.
and we just said, "Go read Umineko."
The woman who's been into visual novels longer than I have sees Williard right and is like, "Who's this?" I'm talking about SS Van Dyne. Anyway, go read Umineko too.
Never forget the heart, all right? Never forget it. All right.
oh, that's true. Actually, I'm changing my recommendation to Umineko.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, sweet. The manga, the visual novel, the anime.
Yes, no.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for that, Ari. Next up, Aztec. Introduce yourself.
I'm Aztec. I don't do much, and I like bad media. I haven't personally tried it, but I hear there's this game called Silk Song that came out today. So a lot of people seem excited about that.
I hear it has crashed several stores all at
Never
once.
heard of it.
It's got like 6,000 reviews already, I think.
Dear Lord. I mean, it is the
So-
most wishlisted game of all time.
You can probably try that and be happy. Willing to bet.
I haven't played
Might be a
Hollow
I hear
Knight
there
yet.
is a girl in it.
That's what I hear too.
So-
Is
I
there
hear that too.
Yuri?
Wow, girls.
Have to play and find out.
Yeah.
No.
Play Signalis. That one definitely has Yuri. Go do that one.
Play Signalis.
All right. Anything else, Aztec?
No, I'm good.
Thank you so much for that, Ben. Next up, Iron. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Iron. I don't know. What do people usually say in these introductions?
You
Like,
can say as much as you want about yourself if you have things about yourself you want to shout out, or as little as you want to just say if you want to just talk about whatever, or if you just want to jump into a recommendation, or if you want to say nothing. You can say whatever you want. This is your time to
cool.
do whatever.
Regardless,
Start
you only
Bluff
have
Feud
10
if you want.
seconds. So,
Damn.
Go.
There's a bomb.
5, 4.
I
3,
recommend
2.
I recommend the Lego Star Wars games. They're pretty
Ooh.
old now, but they're very fun. The original, like the complete saga was my original one, but the Clone Wars is also very good. Yes, that is the sound from those games. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
That's the sound I imagine Will saying in that sticker, the Never Forget the Heart sticker. That's the sound I imagine him making.
that's the heart.
All right.
That's all I
Anything
got.
else? All right. Thank you so much for that, then, Iron. Next up, me, Wolfborg, aka Chaplain, aka the best anime book club host you've ever known about or heard about ever of all time. I would recommend. I said Signalis earlier. Signalis is good. I did finish Signalis. I did play it all on stream. You should play Signalis. Signalis is very good. I would recommend Signalis. Horror, Android, Doom Yuri, very good. Very, very good. Go check it out. Next up, Baguetti. Introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Baguetti. I return with Emily and the gang. My recommendation this week, some people may know, is Path of Exile 2. Unfortunately, I
God,
can't
Spaghetti.
give the spiel because the free campaign weekend is over. You missed it. No more free campaign weekend.
Ever.
I've just
Oh
been
my
having a
God.
blast playing that game. It's so fucking fun. Just go play it. Go play Path of Exile. Go play Path of Exile 2. There's
But
Yuri in it.
if you message Baguetti, she will buy it for you.
I'm not gonna buy you nothing.
Ever?
I mean, maybe we can have a raffle.
Have they changed it so I stopped getting one shot by those fucking ballistas off screen?
You guys want to hear
there-
something funny?
that bug keeps moving to other things, unfortunately.
Base,
Great
base.
migration bug.
It's contagious.
What were you gonna say,
That's
Andy?
all I'll say about that.
I was gonna say that I got onto a Discord call with Shadow for a stream the other night, and Shadow was
Yeah.
like, "Oh man, Andy, long time no see," because we hadn't talked in a while. And I was like, "What
Yeah.
do you mean? We saw each other a couple days ago?" Because my mind had auto-filled Shadow being in the book clubs.
That's true.
So
I mean, hey,
I was-
like I said, he's always at
fully
the book club. Okay, he's always there. But for
I
this,
was-
you know,
He's been
taking a
here
break.
the whole time.
I
Taking a break.
fully convinced
In spirit.
myself that he had been here.
I
The
mean,
Holy Spirit.
it's a safe assumption to make. He's been here for all of them, you know. So
That's
He-
what I was telling him.
listen, he gets a break. He gets a rest. Okay, he's allowed it.
Just add his
I'm not.
profile picture to the bottom of the screen with the mute icon on it.
Oh, just like the break image that we had before. We'll just... Okay, all right. All right. We all set here. Everybody else have anything they gotta say or shout out? No? Amazing. Sweet. All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for introducing yourselves. And now, let's begin this week's discussion about Bloom Into You Volumes 3 and 4. We have the big focus this week for me was them progressing more in the play. There were things that happened before they started focusing more on the play. We had the sports festival, culture festival. It was like a sports day. It was like a field sports day. We also had a scene with an umbrella, and we had quite a bunch of things happened in Volume 3 prior to them going through all of Volume 4 pretty much into training mode for the play, which has a lot baked into it. The concept of the play itself is a big thing that I was immediately like, yo, this play sounds fire, but it sounds like it's gonna make things very complicated with this group performing the play. So perhaps we start with that, I guess. The concept of the play, which was written by Koyomi, I believe that was her name. The concept of it is that the main character is this girl who has amnesia after some incident, and she speaks with 3 different people about, you know, what kind of person she was like. There was a family member, a friend, and a lover, all of which appear to have very different ideas of the kind of person she is. And naturally, that protagonist is played by Nanami Toko. So, you know, the person who is pretending to be her sister based on what she knows about how she's perceived her sister, and, you know, the type of person she is to multiple people. Now she has to betray this, and this is all strangely, is weirdly fitting to have her be the character, and yet Koyomi knew fuck all about Nanami. We started this week with Koyomi literally trying to talk with you about who Toko really is. Try to be like, so what kind of person is she really? And she's like, well, she's just very, always responsible, always working hard and all that. And Koyomi's just like, okay, but that's boring. Does she like have any like other side to her? And there's gotta be more to her, right? What is there
Does she have
more
literally
to?
any flaws at all?
At all. And Yu's just like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say anything about this. I don't think I can. So
You's just like, this bitch is so fucked up.
And then she randomly manages to cold read the entire student council anyway.
Exactly. Yep.
Literally the entire student council. It's hilarious.
Yep. Who did they have for which roles? They had Nanami was the protagonist, Amnesia Girl. Yu was actually, what did they have her play? Like a nurse side character or
Like,
something?
She was the
attending
nurse.
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
attending nurse from the hospital.
So her character is essentially, as far as we know, like not really supposed to play any real part in the story.
She was written specifically be a side character, yeah.
Yeah, and then Maki is the family member, and the other boy in the club whose name I don't think I ever learned, Dojima. I just opened it up on AnyList now because I never learned this dude's name. It's come up like 2 times. Dojima.
Cares
He is
exactly as much for Dojima as Nanami does.
he's supposed to be the school friend, and then that means Saiki gets to be the lover role, and I was like, oh no. Oh no. Like, it makes sense probably, from how everybody views those two, but I'm just thinking like this is gonna fuck up so many people involved with this production. Saiki is gonna get all fucked up from this. Nanami probably is gonna like not know what to do with that. Yu is very clearly she's doing the thing that she always does, where she's like, oh yeah, that's fine, I don't mind that and all, but like you can clearly tell like in some of the scenes this week, I felt it was like Saiki got a little closer to Nanami in some ways, and you was like, okay, but why isn't that me? Why isn't she talking to me about that? So, things are happening. I will say immediately when we got into a lot of the progression of that, and the fact that Koyomi wasn't sure about the ending yet, because the ending is supposed to be that she decides to go with the lover's perspective of her, meaning goes with Saiki in this case. And I was immediately thinking, okay, we're probably gonna try to do something with this where she ends up not picking any of those roles in some way. Not picking any of those. I thought it was going to be something... we haven't gotten to what the play's ending is going to be. We ended this week with them pretty much with you on the phone with Koyomi saying, hey, is there any way we can like have her not choose any of those endings? My prediction immediately was that the play was going to end with all of these options of the person she should have been, and then she just ends up deciding to go with the nurse who has nothing to do with the story anyways, because it's a brand new person who she can form a new kind of personality with and not just assume an old one, which would obviously have you be the winner here. But I don't know if that's what you is trying to propose to Koyomi. That feels very direct and straightforward, more so for you with that kind of stuff. If that is what's the idea that's going to happen next week, there's a lot
it'll be interesting
with that.
to see what Yu's plan is, because it definitely seems that she wants to force Nanami to make a decision.
Yep.
Less about the love triangle, but more about just herself and her
Yep.
own personal feelings of, like, especially regarding her sister, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see, because the way you phrased it, it sounds like that she has an idea for the ending rather than just like, let's just make Nanami, ad lib something.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how exactly she's going to push Nanami, because that is the end goal here.
Yep. Aztec, were you going
Somebody
to say
needs
something?
to give her a little push.
True.
I was gonna say, like, the literal last words of the volume were just "I can change her." So
Yep.
Yeah, there's
Somebody needs to.
there's a lot to unpack with that because, as we've known since last week, Toko is trying to emulate her sister in so many ways, but this week we find out that the version of the sister who she thought she knew was not at all the type of person she actually was, especially as a student council president, because we meet a new character who was a friend of another set of characters that we met this week that we'll get into. And he was basically helping them out with the practice of their play. Tomoyuki Ichigaya, I found his name, that guy. So he apparently used to go to school with Toko's sister before she passed away. She was the student council president, and he was on the council, and apparently she would often delegate a lot of work to the other people as student council president, and would even at times, seemingly need their help for like things like her own schoolwork, I guess. What did they say? Like, she had us help her with her math assignment at some point, and we pretended to write like her.
yeah, she legit just had the student council do her homework for her.
Yeah.
Like to match her writing style, like her handwriting.
Right, yeah. It was, things like that, which obviously very much different kind of person than the type of person Toko was trying to be at school while trying to emulate her sister. And so he says all this to her, and then immediately also says, you're kind of nothing like what your older sister was. You've almost surpassed her in a way. And he's saying this like it should be like a compliment almost, but to her, this is probably a very soul-crushing information
Her
to
world
learn.
is shattering.
She legit just doesn't know who or what to be anymore. Legit says, as she's in bed with you later on, like, I have to be someone else. Who else am I supposed to be? I guess, like, she can't be, she doesn't feel like she can be herself, because she hates herself, I believe was how she said it. I can't be myself because I hate myself, and you can't love me because I can't be in love with somebody who loves somebody I hate, and I hate myself, so therefore you cannot love me, or some logic like that.
The fucking calculus in her head there.
Yeah. There's a lot to unpack with what's going on with Toko. It's a lot going on there, okay? And I don't envy Yu's position in trying to figure out what to do with all of that, while also trying to figure out how you feel about this person in general. It's meanwhile you have Saiki on the side that you're just like, I don't know if I should be worried about this person, or are we chill because we're both on the student council, or what's going on. And I mean, you for the most part seems in many scenes this week like she's trying to just be chill with Saiki, like when they're at the training school together, they're like, all three of them are sleeping in the same room together. They're like having fun a little bit before they're going to bed. They're like taking a bath together and all that. It's moments where all three of them are having like different concerns about the three of them being together there. There was one panel this week.
That scene was so funny.
Where they're going to take a bath together, and they're like getting ready to like change out of their clothes to go into the bath, There was a panel where I almost screen capped it. Actually, I think I did take a photo with my phone, but I don't think I actually sent it to the chat. Where Saiki is like nervous about getting undressed or whatever, but Yu just immediately gets undressed or starts getting undressed. And there's a panel where it looked to me almost like Yu was immediately just getting changed, no big deal. But it looked, I think they were both just noticing her, but it looked to me almost like Saiki was staring at Toko while this happened, and Toko was staring at Yu while this happened, which made me laugh thinking that was what was happening, but I don't think that was. I think they were both just happened to eye Yu in the corner of their eyes and were just like, oh my god, she's already getting changed. Oh my god. I think that was more what happened, but it was just funny to me just imagining like, okay, so that's how this love triangle is gonna go here.
So
yeah, go on.
I had like a random thought for the whole sleepover thing from like, y'all ever heard the 3-body problem in physics?
Oh yeah.
It's like, hey, it's
explain it.
basically completely impossible to predict what's gonna happen in this chaotic orbit when there's 3 gravitational bodies acting on each other. It's like, huh.
Hey, listen, we had the constellation lighting device thing last week, so you know, it's not, the thought is not too crazy to have. It's not too crazy. Yeah, very much. I was like, oh no, what is going to happen with these 3? Is Saiki gonna? Is this the week Saiki tries to kill you? What is this?
Dude, that would be so cool.
There was one panel in one of these volumes where it's just like, damn, this mangaka really wants to write a psychological thriller.
Yeah, the one.
Dude,
the
that would have been
one
so cool, and then they would have
after
to help
the
each other
umbrella,
hide the
right?
body.
Yeah, that made you happy.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that panel.
Wait, I'll try to find it. I don't know where it is. Oh,
It's
because
like
I remember
towards the end of
I
volume
remember
3.
it. I remember it being like, oh.
It was good.
Happy?
It was really
that make
funny.
you fucking happy?
It was funny, but it was also kind of like, oh crap! Hi, hello.
Oh, I don't know if I can find it. Yeah, I can't find it right now. Yeah, there's so much going on with those 3 staying together and the play and stuff. Like I did say before, there was a lot that had happened leading up to them going to there. That just kind of felt like more the core focus of a lot of the like progression of the drama going on. Volume 3 had quite a few things that introduced to us. The most immediate thing that I can think of is the new introduction of a different Yuri couple that we didn't know about before. One of their teachers, Hakozaki Riko? Let me see if that is her name. It was something like that. They kept making a joke. They kept calling her first name because it's easier to say. Yeah, Hakozaki. And then her first name is Riko. So instead of calling her Hakozaki Sensei, they kept calling her Riko Sensei. And she's getting annoyed by that. So she's their like literature teacher, and she's supposed to be student council staff advisor person, or like the what did they say, like
vice
deputy
advisor, I think.
Yeah, like vice advisor or something, because the actual advisor does not give a fuck to actually go to the student council room, I guess. It's got other shit to do, I guess. And she is apparently dating the owner of a coffee shop that the girls have gone to. Trying to find her name now.
They were roommates.
Here it is. Kodama Miyako, who owns the small cafe. So, you know, at first they were like, "Oh, what are you doing here, Sensei?" "Oh, I'm friends with the manager. You know, we went to college together." And you're like, yeah, I know what you are. I know what's going on here. And then lo and behold, few chapters later, it's them at their apartment together. You know, it's very, very much you know, very much immediately going into these two, which these two have integrated themselves into their story. Even the cafe owner has integrated herself into the story because, you know, obviously the girls frequent the cafe, and Saeki specifically goes to the cafe to talk with Miyako because she could pretty much pick up that the two of them were going out, and she wanted to talk with her about advice because of her crush on Toko that she has. And
Saeki's gaydar is on point.
yeah, and so we got into more background information about Saeki with that, about how she had a brief relationship with somebody earlier on, with another girl, and then that girl went away for a bit, and when they reconnected, she was just like, oh yeah, how did she word it? Oh god. That
We should stop pretending
around.
to be
Girls
going
don't
out.
date.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should stop pretending to go out.
Yeah.
We're not kids anymore.
Yeah, she treated it like a, you know, oh, it's just a phase, we just grew out of it type deal. You know, I think literally that she met up with her again later on, in the modern time.
That scene was so good.
That was, oh my god, that fucking scene.
It was awesome.
Oh my god. So she shows up to her again, and by the way, so Saeki was like, oh, what the fuck with all that situation, and she was like, well, I guess I just, you know, will just not do that stuff again, perhaps. You know, I don't know how I care about any of this stuff now. And then she immediately sees Toko as like, well, fuck, about that. And then that's where that crush begins. And so, yep.
And we also see Sayaka actually admit that she has feelings for Toko, not only in as many words, but also aloud to the cafe owner, which is which is actually, I think, is a really nice scene.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, and then later on, we get the scene where she's at the train station waiting for Toko, and she meets that girl who she had that prior relationship with. He was like, oh, I wanted to apologize the first time I saw you again, but you went to a different high school. You know, I just want to, you know, say sorry about all the, you know, the whole dating you thing. You know, I hope you grew to be a normal girl as well, and you know, stop dating other girls or whatever, because that's not what normal girls do. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck is all of this?
As someone who unironically went through that experience, that was fucking crazy.
Why did she think any of that was okay to say? What the fuck? What?
What? Yeah.
I don't know what she was cooking. I don't know what she was thinking. I don't know what any of that was.
She wasn't cooking.
Yeah, she was burning down the fucking.
She wasn't cooking.
Kitchen.
She just lit a fire and started burning down the kitchen.
Yeah,
it led to Sayaka's best moment so far.
That's true. Toko showed up. It was like, hey, was that your friend? And Saeki's like, oh, you know, it's fine. We're going now. Slides arm underneath hers and like arm in arm. All right, we're going now. Bye.
Nah, the line before that was great. It's like, you know what? You're right. I don't know how I ever liked you.
Yeah, that was it. Yes. And then she did that. And then she just left.
And the expressions are so good too, because you can see the other girl like gets this little, oh, okay. Like you can see like she's like kind of relieved by hearing that. And then Sayaka turns around and says, I'm actually grateful to you in a way. And then Toko shows up, and then all that happens, and the other gal is just like, huh? You could just see it in her face. She doesn't even say anything, but...
It's very expressive storytelling.
Yes, yep, absolutely. Yeah, that. So we got that little background about Saeki with that. You know, how she got to be her complicated feelings on the matter with that. We get a lot of internal thoughts about her and what she does and doesn't feel comfortable with towards her relationship with Toko this week, especially towards, you know, do I confess my feelings to her? Am I just being a coward by not doing it because I'm primarily probably not doing it because I don't want it to ruin our current relationship with each other? You know,
I've decided the answer is yes.
Yeah. And as we've discussed before, Yu's position of how she views Toko is kind of different with how Saiki treats Toko. Saiki, sees that she's trying hard on all of these things, but she's not like trying to get her to show the real side of her, get her to chill out about these things, get her to like, admit when things are getting to be too much or whatever. She's just trying to encourage her to like keep working at whatever she wants to put her mind to. Whereas Yu is more trying to get her to like realize that the things that she's doing probably are not things that she actually wants to or should do. Or at the very least, she should question it before she continues down that path, because Yu seems to wonder if Toko is actually thinking about these things, or if she's just doing it because a lot of people are expecting her to do it, and or because of her ideas about her sister and all that kind of stuff, which obviously doesn't help when she finds out that when Toko finds out that the version of her sister she knew was not how it seemed to everybody else. Similar to the character in the play with the different sides of her person, the same thing happened with her older sister too. So it's a whole thing. And even her dad this week, Toko's dad, when they were at dinner, was like, you don't have to try to do all this just because your sister did it. You don't have to work so hard with that stuff. And it upset Toko that he dared to say that. And then she stormed off to her room to eat and study, I think, something like that. She did not want to hear any of that. Doesn't want to hear any of that at all. She doesn't want to face or consider these things, which, Yu is still working towards finding the right ways to approach that. Again, like I said earlier, I don't envy Yu's position. It seems very complicated to try to navigate that in a way that will work for Toko. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what else happened in Volume 3, because we had the cafe owner basically trying to give advice to, or at least let Saiki talk through it with her, and then the teacher was helping them with the play. I think she found like old plays, like footage of old plays to like show the club so that they can study from them and stuff like that. What else was there?
Hello, I would like to interrupt and say something.
Yes, go say something.
I was gonna say that as you've been going on, I find it kind of interesting that Nanami seems to be more interested in and attracted to the person that is supposed to like almost be a symbol of like change, like changing yourself for the better, and is kind of leaning away from the person that wants like stability and like reassurance in the past and like keeping things as the status quo, which I thought was interesting while I was thinking on that, because usually, people are kind of like the opposite. Like, people don't like change. People don't like the metamorphosis process or whatever, and they'd rather stay with the status quo. But the other thing about that is almost like, because the whole, spoiler alert, the whole thing about you, right, is the fact that she's wanting to get Nanami to finally, like, not necessarily, well, no, yeah, she does want to change who she is, but also, like, change her perception of the world, and Saiki doesn't want to do that. So then I think it's also funny where it's like Nanami is like, I like the constant, I like what I have going here, and Yu's like, yeah, fuck that, I don't care, let's get you better. I don't know where. I'm gonna go get food, so
Okay.
that's what I had to say in response to all of that.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, it is very interesting dynamics going on with them. When I look at Saiki's situation with all this, and her being a different side of, the comparison between her and you, and both of how they feel about Toko, I do feel bad for Saiki, because she's been there with Toko all this time and has tried to do so much to support her, and yet she feels almost like she's not, even though she's doing everything she can to support Toko in the way that she thinks that Toko wants to be supported. She doesn't feel like she really gets to see the real side of Toko until she gets to actually speak up about it a little bit this week when she brings up, I know about your sister and why she's the reason why you want to bring back the play. And when she brought that up, and then she got Toko to open up with her about what she talked with the other guy about. And at that moment, it felt like Saiki had actually finally challenged herself to take a step towards actually, realizing and interacting with a real side of Toko. Because prior to that, she felt almost too scared to challenge her, and so in that way she was never able to actually be able to see the real side of Toko, despite being such a close friend to Toko, So I felt bad for her in a way because of that, but I try to think of it like different people do have different relations with people in different degrees of these things. One person might be close with somebody for certain reasons and might talk every day, but they might not feel comfortable talking with that person about super serious personal life stuff that's going on with either of them, or it can depend on the type of person, and in cases like you showing up, this is a new person that Toko's barely known, but she feels in certain ways that she is safe interacting with her in a more real way. Specifically in her case, it was because she had the understanding that you would never actually fall in love with her, so she feels like she is safe with showing the real version of herself to this person, as opposed to someone like Saiki, who Toko probably already suspects does like her. I'd imagine. I don't know for sure, but I'd imagine probably. So it's interesting to me to think about those dynamics, because they do happen a lot in real life. I think it is very relatable in certain ways. To their degree, it's obviously more complicated and dramatized with her whole connection with her older sister and all that, and trying to pretend to be somebody else, and her whole dynamic of, I want to be with you, but I don't want you to love me. That's more complicated bits, but the whole thing and the concept of the play in general of showing different sides of yourself to different people and not knowing which one is the real one after a certain point, that stuff I think is all very important to think about, and I thought it was very, very neat that this series is also diving into that. I think that it's very, very good. I don't know. Does anybody have any thoughts about stuff like that, or stuff related to that, or?
No, yeah, I really love that. And the scene where, Toko was performing practicing performing the play at the summer camp, and she just breaks down. That
my
was
God.
really good.
Oh my God, yeah. Several people at the club were like, "Oh my God, she's nailing this," and I'm like, "Oh my God, she's nailing this! Oh no, oh no."
Yeah.
I got so irrationally annoyed at the teacher afterwards when he was like, "Wow, you really aren't doing as well as you were doing this morning," and I was like, "Bro, she's having a mental breakdown." Like, what?
And he's like, "No, I need more of that. I need more of that. This is the theater, okay?"
Are you rushing your track?
But
It's about
what
the
I wanted
art.
to mention, what I wanted to mention is something a little bit like that you alluded to a little bit earlier, Chap, which is this. There's this really awesome scene that we got of Toko's kind of internality, I guess, like her inner thoughts about. She's actually outright comparing Sayaka and you, and she says Sayaka is kind, but in a different way than you. Sayaka lets me keep secrets.
Right.
She doesn't chase it. She doesn't question things, which is so funny because we also get in these, I can't remember which one it was, but I think it was the fourth volume. We also get you talking with one of her friends from middle school, and her friend from middle school says, it's so unusual for you to get swept up in something and have opinions about it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And and the friend comments on you're always so frustrated with Toko, and that's really weird for you. Normally you just brush it off. So I thought that was pretty funny that we get that description of you, but then we also have Toko say, actually, you is the one who questions me and, raises issues, right? Sometimes in a good way, but also she's like, yeah, Sayaka lets me keep secrets. So it's just interesting. It's an interesting sort of that flipping things on their head.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I have anything to add to that, because I mean, it is all just really interesting to consider, because
All these girls are so fucked up.
Oh my god, yeah. Because I've been wondering, you a lot of the times tries to show, and I think, oh, I remember now. I remember we had an interaction between her and I think Maki this week, where they connect with their understanding of Maki just saying, I feel the same way as you, I think, where I don't really think I can fall in love with anybody, or I've never actually had that feeling that I imagined it to be like at all. And they have a bonding moment talking about that and talking through it, but in the end, Maki thinks to himself, like, I don't really know if you are like me, because that expression doesn't seem like the expression of a person who is also lonely. When she's thinking about
like
Toko
the
and
least
all that,
self-aware she's ever been at that moment.
Yeah, because
I used to feel lonely, but now I have her in my life, and I don't feel lonely anymore. It probably doesn't have anything to do with her specifically, but
yeah, because I'm trying to pay attention towards, like, you tries to pretend like she is not able to feel these things, or I shouldn't word it like that. It's not that she's pretending. She doesn't understand. She thinks that she's incapable of feeling these things, and from the beginning I've always thought it's just because of her unreal expectations of how media represents what love is supposed to feel like, probably. And over time it's feeling more and more kind of similar with that, where like she's very clearly having feelings towards Toko in more and more intimate ways.
Oh my god, it's so obvious.
It's very, very obvious to us.
On the phone, curled up like with a pillow, blushing,
kicking her feet.
Yeah.
like, girl.
Like,
getting more and more frustrated that she's not allowed to express things in return.
Yeah, her and Saiki were in like the store together at some point, and she's like, "Hey, so what did Toko talk to you about?" And Saiki's tries to, anyway, so are we getting this thing? Aren't you telling me what's going on with this? What happened with it? Like, because she's like, why am I being left out of the things with Toko? And like it felt like she was, jealous that Saiki knew something that she didn't at that point, which, obviously, because you're going out with Toko, it's in secret, but like I'm sure Saiki's probably picked up on it by now, very much, and now she's just like, well, why is Saiki being told these things before me or whatever? And I mean, at that point, she also was worried that like they were growing distant outside of school stuff, I think, because she was like, we're done with the play rehearsals. And now, like before, we're probably not going to actively be seeing each other until we're back at school again. So she tries to ask Toko if she wants to go to her house. It tries to pretty much say, please come over to my house, please hang out with me or whatever. And she's like, well, if I do, I might be a little needy. And she was immediately like, listen, let me rest my head on your lap real quick. Thank you very much. And then that escalates to more intimate stuff. This week has started with them just having a whole bunch of private, very intimate scenes at times. They have one at the sports festival where they're in like a side room together, like, oh, if I do well with all this stuff, will I get a reward? And I think they said the reward was Yu has to make out with Toko as
It
opposed to
was
the other
you
way
having
around.
to like kiss Nanami because like so far she's
initiate
just
the
gonna
kiss,
let
yeah.
Nanami kiss her.
Yeah, and then when the time comes to pay up that reward, she's like, I can't do it. I'm very, like, I just don't know if I can do it. And so then, you know, she's like, okay, fine. And then I think she French kisses her or something instead. So,
This is where Yu discovers she is firmly not Ace.
yeah, they like do that. He's like, oh, you didn't like it? No, I don't dislike it. You know, it's fine. I think, yeah. And then they're in her room together later with all that, and then she's like, oh, when you said needy, I didn't realize you meant like needy, like you wanted to rest your head on my legs or whatever. She's like, oh, were you thinking something lewd? No, not at all. So she's like, well, I was, and then they start making out again, and yeah, so it's a lot of very intimate moments with them now, very much so. So they're getting more and more intimate with that stuff. And meanwhile, they're still that scene was interesting because I think they're like making out and like on top of each other and stuff, but then the dialogue between them is like, don't ever love me, don't ever think about loving me or anybody else or something like that. It was like, oh, all right. She's like, I don't want to be, I don't know who to be, you know, which kind of person I should be. I'm like, what is?
Yeah, this was that scene where they were both in bed after
Yep.
After Toko gets told
yeah.
by told about her sister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And yeah, so they're like being intimate with each other.
Because it seems it read
yeah.
to me it read very much like you kind of actually almost got close to being a little bit honest finally with Toko in that moment. Because let me I'm almost got it right here.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is when Toko is like, you know, if I'm not trying to become my sister, who am I gonna become? And Yu says, do you have to become someone else? And Toko says, yeah, what's the point of staying the way I am right now? And Yu looks super embarrassed, looks away, and says, Senpai, you're... And Toko cuts her off by kissing her and says, don't fall in love with me. I'm like,
don't do it.
Actually,
don't do it.
I think you're right. That's what it felt like. It's like, you're about to confess. You better not fall in love with me.
Yeah.
Toko's definitely starting to get a read on you catching feelings and is not happy with it.
Yeah. And then Yu's just like, I can fix her. I can change her. Don't worry. We can do something with this. And that's where we get her calling Koyomi to try to figure out, okay, but we can do a different kind of ending, right? We can do something else with this, and yeah. Which, you know, it's interesting that she phrased it like I can change her, I want to change her. I think it's interesting that she phrases it like that, because that kind of to me feels like the I'm trying to think, because last week we had that whole scene with Toko's thoughts about how love is a violent word, because like they'll say I love this about you, and she's like, but if I were to change that at all, that means you wouldn't love me anymore, and things like that. Here you want her to change, but I guess it's different because she wants to be the one to change her, as opposed to it being conditional towards like, I like you because of this, and if you're to change that, blah blah blah. It also reminded me too, by the way, thinking of that love is a violent word scene, reminded me of when Sayaki went to go confess her feelings, when she was talking with the cafe manager. The cafe manager asked, what do you like about her? And she's like, her face is pretty, or something like that.
And, I like your face.
And the manager's like, oh, that's cute. But in my head, I'm just thinking, okay, literally, this is the kind of thing that Toko hates in like confession letters she's gotten, though. I don't know. Because like,
And then the other thing is because right afterwards, then she says like how she's always working hard to make
Yeah.
like ideals into reality, and
Yeah.
it's like, well, that's also like that is also the kind of thing that Toko hates being told, because it's like expectations are being placed on her. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. If she were to ever stop doing that, that tells her that you would stop loving her for not doing that. You know, that kind of deal. Yeah. It's interesting that we got to see that.
I think Toko wants to stop. Like,
Yeah.
I think she doesn't want what she thinks will be the fallout of stopping, right? But I think she's sick of it. I think she's burning herself out. You know.
Her issue, I think, she wants to stop with these things or be able to be comfortable changing these things, but she's too terrified that everybody, because of everybody's expectations of her, she's not allowed to change, otherwise they will change their opinions of her. And what she fails to realize, I think, is that the idea of loving someone is probably one, I mean, it could be different for different people, but in my mind, loving someone is this is somebody who, you know, you will probably love no matter what kind of changes that they would want to make to themselves to a certain degree. I'm trying to word it carefully, but you probably know what I mean with that. Like, you know, love doesn't have to be a conditional thing based upon certain things like, I like him because he's funny or whatever. Like, if he stopped being funny, that shouldn't change how you feel about him. And for people like Saiki, you know, her opinion of Toko probably might not change if she did stop being, you know, the type of person that she is now. But it's the fact that Toko doesn't know that for a fact that makes her, you know, not want to get closer to people like that in that way. Because she doesn't know. But with you, she has the expectation of, this person has no expectations of me. And so I am allowed to be what, and I know that she has no expectations of me. She's a brand new person. I literally just met her. And she will not fall in love with me as far as I'm aware. So I'm allowed to, you know, be safer with this, because in her mind she thinks that there's no risk. Obviously, we could see you as very clearly, you know, catching feelings more and being more expressive about it in certain ways. So she's very clearly accepting that she is starting to have these feelings, and so now it's a question of what's going to happen once we fully get into that. What are we going to have to do? Is Toko going to have to change, or is she going to you know, leave you and try to you know, is she going to continue trying to pretend to be your sister? In my mind, I wonder, personally, because Toko is always trying to emulate how her sister is, what's she going to do when she graduates? Like, because her sister didn't get to graduate. What kind of adult person did she know her sister would have been and all that? What was her, like, I know she probably wasn't thinking of, like, a long-term plan for this kind of stuff, but for right now, she's just trying to emulate her sister as much as she can think of. And it's you know, for now, it's what she feels like she has to do. But I just kind of worry, like, you know, what's going to happen with your future if you keep trying to be like this. You don't know what kind of person your sister would have been in the future, so I don't know what you're going to do at that point. She has to address these kind of things sooner rather than later, because we're going to get to a point soon where, you know, she's gonna have to grow into her own person and not try to emulate her sister, obviously. And I mean, the play has the arc with the play has already shown us that the version of the sister she thought she knew isn't actually the person that she thought she was. So now she's already questioning that, which I think is good that she's questioning that. I understand it's soul crushing for her, but in a way I think it's good that it is, because it is probably important that she has some incident like that where she does discover that and goes through, as the protagonist of this play, to kind of realize, I don't have to try to pretend to be anybody. But right now she directly feels like she has to. Yeah.
Right. And Sayaka comments on that and actually says pretty much what you just said, Chap, of like, this is painful for her, but I actually think this is good. And Sayaka says that to you, which is kind of funny, because that's like a significantly higher level of like understanding of Toko than we've really kind of seen from Sayaka in most places.
Yep. She's 100% the type of person who's like, I fully understand Toko, and I will do what I can to support them in the way that they want to lead their life. I will not try to interfere with it too much. I will support them in the ways that I can, but I am fully aware of what's going on with what's with that. But I'm too scared to actually pry into that more and try to play a more direct part in that. Is kind of where she's at, I think. Because she has feelings for Toko, and she's terrified of any attempt to accept that ruining what they currently have. She's just fine with being there with her as is, and she'll just do whatever she can to be there, I guess. But now Yu is coming in and kind of complicating things a bit for her and their relationship, so now she doesn't know what exactly to do, and it makes her question, should I be trying to confess to Toko now, I think. And Yu's presence there is obviously factoring into that, because now she probably thinks she's got competition in that, and so she's wondering whether she should act now or not at all with that. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah. Oh my god. Yep. Go on.
I also thought Sayaki was blonde.
True.
I
True.
was listening in my car when you guys were having that conversation. I wasn't here, so I couldn't add. But I also thought that she was blonde, and
True.
it's because they didn't add any tone to her hair. If they added like a little bit that was different than Yu's, I'd be like, okay, she's not blonde, but she has a different hair color than Yu's. But they were like, nah, she's got no tone in her hair, no color, and it's like, well, then obviously she's blonde.
For some reason, I think it's really the braid they put in her hair that did it for me, because it's just such a classic blonde character hairstyle.
That's funny, but fair.
Yeah. I have the image showing on stream right now.
On.
I do too. Yes, we got to see that for a little bit, and even Toko thought it was very cute and took a photo of her on the phone.
I loved that scene where it was Toko took the photo of her, and then you took the photo of them, and then the teacher walked in on them while they were fighting over each other's phones. I don't know why I thought that was as cute as I did. I was just like, oh, like that's. I think it was because it was a sign that like even though they're all going through their own turmoil in how their relationships are being presented, like they are still capable of getting along and probably could be friends if it weren't for kind of the underlying what's going on. I was like, oh, I can almost detach myself from the story and be like, yeah, they're not rivals for Nanami's love. Like, they're just friends hanging out at a sleepover, and I like
I mean, you kind of see that through the sleepover just in general.
Yeah.
Like, it ends with, or not even through the sleepover, but even going a little bit further back with the sports festival. Mm-hmm. You just see them actually building like some sort of mutual respect, which then becomes like a very weird friendship.
Yeah.
But I'm into it. I really like it.
Yeah, it's really cute.
It's really cute.
I did enjoy that you and Sayaki like had their little sit down during the sports festival to sort of hash things out without explicitly saying like, so we both like her, right?
Yeah, because they were trying to. They had to work together for the what was it, the relay race or something? Pass the baton to each other.
Yep.
And they were. Toko was just like, "Come on, guys, you gotta work hard. You guys gotta practice so we can win, right?" And Saki's just like, "I am just here to do the bare minimum." And then you was just like, oh, "Aren't we wasting our time with this or something?" Like, I don't remember what her excuse was, but both of them were just like, "I don't care about this."
They were competing against like an actual athletics club.
Oh yeah, so she was just like, "We're just not gonna win." So and they're like, "Guys,
but of course, Toko got
try."
deeply competitive.
Yeah.
So she forced them into it.
Come on, guys, it's time to practice.
I like that bonus meme that they added with her like holding a katana. I think there's a word for like that wooden practice katana that she would have had that I can't think of right now.
Oh yeah.
And was like towering over the two of them, making them train to pass the baton. And I like that was a particular. There were a couple of scenes that got me thinking a little about what Baguetti had said last stream about like the visual aspect of their relationship, and I can definitely agree that like it's not there a whole lot, but there were a couple times where I did notice it. So, and I don't know how much of this was writing and how much of it was art, but the fact that they were only able to pass the baton after they had that sit down that Aztec mentioned. I was like, okay, like that's pretty clever. You know, they're only able to cooperate after they've managed to hash things out. I like that kind of stuff. But the other one was, it wasn't like one of the covers. I think it would have been like one of the inner covers. The one where Nanami is in. I sent a screenshot. The one where Nanami is like in the sunlight and it's kind of pulling you along while you is in the shaded tree area. I'm like, I am. It's not there a whole lot, but when it is, I am living for the symbolic imagery that's going on.
Which I was trying to find that in the official release. I couldn't find that image. Maybe it's somewhere and it's in here, and I just can't remember where it is. I'll pull up what you posted though. I was trying to find it.
I'm borrowing mine from my local library. So.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, because
I don't know what the difference is. Maybe.
Well, because this might just be like some added visual that was there for the serialized release that might not have been there for the official manga release later. Or it was there, but it was colored, so I didn't recognize it. So let me see. There it is. Yeah, this one, right? This thing? Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have the stream pulled up.
Wow. It's gotta be like that.
Yeah.
Okay. It's actually just a giant image of Emily that I have on stream. But we'll just say that that's
that one.
Yeah.
She deserves.
The screenshot of it that I took on my phone because I was laying in bed while I was reading this.
Based. Yeah. Yeah, the Saiki conversation with you in the cafe, you know, trying to sort things out between them, and you's just like, so do you really think we should do the play? And Saiki's just like, I don't really care either way, but Toko wants it, so I'm just gonna support it, you know. And meanwhile, again, Yu's just like, yeah, well, I mean, you know, she wants to start it. She's going to be stubborn about it and want to do it, but maybe we should question it, maybe? I don't know. And then she's just like, so you like Nanami, don't you? And she's like, well, yeah, she's my closest friend. Is it that kind of like trying to like more directly question her? And she's like, well, what about you? Do you like Toko? You know, as a senpai and all, yeah, okay, well then, I guess we're the same with that. You know, what other meaning could there possibly be? They have like a, very clearly like a I know what you are to each other moments, but yeah. Yeah. I very much like that scene too. And of course it was a bootleg McDonald's that we had to have there. I think it crossed out the actual whatever McDonald's fake name they're gonna write, and then it just said hamburgers. I think it just said hamburgers as the title of the place. Yeah, it did. Oh my god, it just says hamburgers.
Hamburger.
Hold on, I'll show it. I'll show it. Oh. Ignore. It's the entire page. Ignore that. Copy image. Oh. Or don't. You know, I could just not show this on stream. We could also just do that. I downloaded the image, and it's not here. Okay, well, here it is.
Professional streamer.
Yeah, where's your stream setup, huh? Where is it? Yeah, that's what I thought. There you go. There's it looks like there's some Japanese text, and then it just kind of gets like all blended together at a certain point. It looks like it's supposed to be Yama something. I think it's literally supposed to be the title, Yamakimi or something, or Yagakimi. What is it called?
Yagate kimi ni naru.
Yagate kimi ni naru.
I think it's supposed to be Yagakimi burgers. Bloomington burgers. Look at that. The McDonald's symbol too.
Yeah,
is
I
like
can't really make heads or tails of that. It definitely starts with ya, but
I'm kind of obsessed with the McDonald's symbol, actually. It looks like McDonald's, but like Cyberpunk 2077.
It looks like three fingers being held up.
I hate how real that is.
It does just look like a hand, yeah.
I'm thinking either three fingers being held up or like Patrick Star just holding up two hands.
Patrick Star praising the sun.
Yeah. He's saying cinema as he's reading Bloom to you, okay? Listen. But yeah, so we had the cafe interaction between them. Then we had the relay race, which I believe they did in fact still lose. But there was a moment before the
We got
race where
third place. Yeah.
they talked with the other group, who, what was that interaction like? There was something about that interaction that I thought I had something to say about. Oh yeah, her like friend. Oh, I remember what it was. Her friend who went to the school because her crush was like on her team, I think. I believe that's what it was. They
on
were
the
just
opposing
there.
team.
Yeah,
Because it was the basketball
both of them
team that was.
Yeah, so
racing
both
with
of them were on that opposing team, and so she had her moments this week too, where she was like, "Oh, he's doing the race. I wish I could have been like this position or whatever. That way I could have passed him the baton or something like that." She had like a couple moments like that where she's trying to like find more ways to get her crush to get closer with her crush during the festival through that. And then I think we had a moment where that other guy whose name I couldn't remember until I looked it up today, Dojima-kun, was trying to like get closer with that girl as well.
Yeah.
Which I was like, oh, I don't, is he like trying to like, see what's going on with that? And then I think he was immediately painted as like somebody who hits on all of the girls because he immediately said, hey, we need.
Does, yeah.
Yeah, because he immediately said to some other girl there, oh, you should join the student council. I always need help raising the girl-boy ratio in the council. I was like, okay, buddy, all right, let's. Oh yeah, there's also, was it this week or last week? There was like a conversation about student council members using first names with each other because you asked Toko.
That was the start of volume 3.
That was
Yeah.
that was this week. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So because you asked Toko, like, can I or no, Toko asked you if she can call her you in front of everybody else too, if that's like okay to do, because she's been doing it in private, I guess. So she asked if it's okay to do it in front of the other people, and she says, yeah, sure. And she starts doing it, and Koito wasn't affected by it, I don't think. But then when she tried saying Toko's name, Toko was obviously very affected by it. So, and then she just started using, calling her you in front of the student council, and they're like, oh, first name basis? Sayaki's ears are just like perking up, like, the fuck was that? And Dojima's like, hey, so why you called her first name? And she's like, oh, thank God, thank you for asking, Dojima. I wasn't gonna ask, but I have to know what's going on with that. What's the deal with that? First name basis? What the fuck? I was like, Sayaki, calm down, Sayaki.
Then Sayaki like tries to rile up you by being like, so can I use your name? And she's like, yeah, fuck it, why not? It's like, oh, I don't want any more. It's not fun now.
That scene, I was, oh my God, because Dojima Jokima
It's
was
like one of those it's like one of those things where it's like they call it gate aggression, where the dog is like barking like crazy at the gate and like trying to get through, and then you open the gate and the dog just stands there and is like, okay, I don't actually want to go now.
Yeah, because I remember Dojima was just like, oh, I should start calling you by first names too, right, Toko senpai? And she's just like, what was that, Dojima-kun?
No.
What did you say?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, damn. And then it cuts to Saiki be like, well, I could say her first name probably. And it's like oh God, is she gonna do it? Kind of vibe going on where she's like, okay, go on, try it. And she's like, nah, I'm good.
It's like an arms race. They're like playing chicken, basically.
Saiki's just like, I didn't even realize I had a chance at attempting this. I didn't know I was allowed. Yeah, that whole thing was happening. Yeah, Dojima has become slowly more of a character than I expected in certain ways because of that. The fact that I'm now learning his name.
Yeah, and I wish he'd go back to being less of a character.
I kind of feel the same. He's
really just kind of like set dressing, really. Like,
yeah.
I mean, now I'm getting worried that you know, that other
Dojima's
girl.
the token straight guy in the series.
I mean, now
Yeah,
I'm
no,
feeling.
he is.
I mean, absolutely, and
yeah.
I'm feeling like Akari, that other girl who was there for her crush, who was the other sports guy. Now I'm starting to get worried that she's gonna end up not going with him and go with Dojima-kun, because I'm just like, I don't.
No.
I
think Akari has too much self-respect for that.
I listen. Okay, she doesn't really
Hey.
know this guy.
I-
At all, so
Yu was a great wing woman for Akari, though.
that's
True.
That's true.
Yeah,
I
it's
would
been like
I
like
see what you're saying about
2,
Akari
3,
and
4
self-respect,
times. Like,
but she did go to a school to follow a boy.
Yeah, that's true. That is
Like-
true. That is true. Yeah, and she
That's
was
just-
essentially. She
Not
wasn't really-
confirming anything either way.
That's true. And she was essentially rejected, but like it was more of like a, I want to focus on sports. It's kind of like a, in my view, kind of like a more light way of rejecting someone, probably. With that, trying to like avoid directly rejecting them, but trying to be like, yeah, no, I just want to focus on this thing instead, or whatever. Is how it kind of felt to me when she just casually dropped that info on the people. So
No, what they're gonna do is they're gonna have like the writer girl that I can't remember the name of. They're gonna have her
Koyomi.
get with him, and yeah,
that's probably
she's gonna be-
likely. That's actually
I think
probably
that's
likely.
what would happen if they're gonna do any of that, assuming that he doesn't stay alone. Which he
No, okay. Dojima needs to get with Maki, okay? We need the yaoi ship.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's go.
Oh, speaking of
come on
other
now,
characters
Maki
and
deserves
relationship
better than
stuff,
that.
there was something that really scared me for a moment that I'm really glad didn't happen, but I thought they were gonna make like the older drama teacher dude also be a love interest for a
Oh
moment.
god. Oh
Well,
god.
he kind of is for the
No.
because he's creating conflict with the teachers.
Creating
Not-
conflict with the teacher.
I mean, that's
Okay, that doesn't make him a love interest.
Well,
and to
so-
even call that a conflict is like,
I'm
So-
not convinced it's resolved yet.
So I will say that I sort of thought the same as Aztec very briefly, but the only reason why I thought that was because of fucking the fact that Toko wants to emulate everything about her sister, and if her sister might have potentially been going out with this guy who's been helping them out with the play stuff, I was wondering like, oh no, is that gonna become a thing too? I'd worried about that for a moment, but then I remembered like literally Toko's whole thing is I don't want to anybody to love me, so I don't know. But then again, it's all because of her views of her sister, so I don't fucking know.
So I had two extremely far more unhinged thoughts when I saw the theater guy.
Yep.
The first one was, oh, is that Yu's sister's boyfriend? Because they all have the same face and hair, and I couldn't quite tell them apart. I was like, I don't think so, because that'd be a
yeah,
crazy
because
pull.
because a lesbian drew them.
Yeah.
Damn.
The other one that I had was when Nanami was having the flashback to when she found out her sister died. I was like, oh, she faked her death and became trans.
What? Oh my god. That's
Because they made the reveal with the theater teacher like so I dramatic, I guess.
It was. It was like,
hiding.
oh, Nanami's in that class? Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, they were like hiding his face, and then all of a sudden, and it feels like we're supposed to know him. And so for a second, I was like, "Damn, what if
a
that?
person reads Umineko once, and
I was gonna say literally.
person who's only ever read Umineko?
How can I make this about Umineko?
someone who's only read Umineko, surely every single plot is a trans narrative if we look hard enough.
I mean, you
serious
can
when
make
it's-
that argument, but it's about Nanami.
That was unfortunately an unironic thought that I had while reading this week's reading.
Okay. All right. But yeah, so like there's a lot to unpack with that. But yes, I did feel the same concern as you for a moment, but then I remembered that's probably not actually gonna amount to anything. His role so far seems to primarily just be, I'm gonna lore dump about your sister, who you might not have actually seen all of the different sides of. I don't really know if we're gonna see him much at all beyond
I'm
this
here
arc.
for plot relevance.
Pretty much, which, I mean, although, again, I welcome that added detail, again, because it helps Toko have the moment where she realizes she has to decide what she wants to do with her life in a way, you know, like we said, it's soul-crushing, but it's important for her to understand this, you know, which...
Yeah, I mean, you know, the character is a little flat, you know, the drama guy. He's kind of flat, but that's fine. Like, I actually don't mind that at all because it serves the narrative really well in the way you're describing.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I don't really expect us to see
Sometimes
much
a
of him
man is
beyond
just
this.
a plot device.
It happens often.
True.
It happens often.
And that's feminism.
Do you think Dojima plays an important role in this plot then? Is that what you're saying?
I hope not.
Maki over here going, I sure hope I'm only a plot device.
Oh god. Oh. Okay, so what?
Maki isn't real.
I will
he's
neither
just
confirm
used
nor
trying to
deny.
self-reflect.
Say that again, Estek.
Said Maki isn't real. He's just you trying to self-reflect.
Oh.
That's a spicy take.
Oh my god.
I am
Yeah,
one yet
also
many.
trans. Maki is used ideas.
Oh boy, we're cooking. We're cooking tonight. Okay. It's the same dish. It's Umineko dish, but we're cooking. We're cooking. Okay. What other scenes did we have this week? We had the umbrella moment.
It's that astronaut meme. It was Umineko.
Oh,
Always
an
has
umbrella
been.
moment? Oh, an umbrella moment? Yeah?
Yeah. It's just a bit of a moment. Just a bit of a moment.
No, I'm making
Another
a
moment.
joke.
Oh, speaking of the umbrella thing.
Okay. Yeah. What about the umbrella thing?
Can I just say how weird it is that you apparently carries a towel but not an umbrella?
Yeah. So. I don't know. I had thought
I feel like
somebody
I
stole her
could
umbrella.
maybe make that make some kind of sense. In that she
it
did
just
used
seems
to
like
be
it'd
like
better
an
to skip the
athlete.
step, you know?
I'm gonna be honest. When that chapter started, I immediately thought, "Oh, Toko stole her umbrella, so they could have a moment together." That's immediately what I thought. I immediately thought that.
That is something she would do, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, because she's like looking over, like, "Oh, you know,
No,
Akari."
she would consider doing it, and then she would feel really guilty like halfway through,
Yeah.
and then she would get caught putting the umbrella back.
Is that what happened to the loner umbrella? Because it was broken.
Yeah, it was broken as shit. Yeah. It reminded me of the Kaguya-sama, because Kaguya-sama Lemma's War obviously did that whole kind of bit where it's like, oh, you're missing the umbrella, huh? Oh, I guess we gotta walk home together type deal. But it like added layers to it or whatever because they're trying to compete to make the other confess to the other. That's kind of the plot of this. This one was more, oh, I left my umbrella. I forgot my umbrella. Let me try to connect with literally everybody else in the world to see if they have an umbrella before I go to Toko, my girlfriend, to ask. At first she's like, "Oh, Akari, oh, your crush. You go ahead. You go get with your crush. Okay, you go do that. Okay, I'll try to figure something else out." And then eventually, after a while, she tries to call her sister, who is about to go on a date with her boyfriend. So she's like, "Oh no, you guys do that." Literally, like, she's just like trying to go to several people for help, and they're just she doesn't want to interfere with their relationships or whatever in order to try to get an umbrella. And
Excellent
then,
wing woman. Poor
and
planner.
then she tries to consider calling Toko, and then before she can, she just walks up. Oh, you're still here. Oh, I have an umbrella. Don't worry. Let's walk together. And then they walk together, and it's a whole They had like a cute little exchange where they talk about like who's taller or whatever, like who should hold the umbrella because who's taller, when very clearly Toko is taller. But she's trying to, no, we're the same height. And then later on, the author put a giant height chart saying that she's like 10.
That was so funny.
The height chart just showing Toko all the way like towards the middle, and then you all the way on the right side, on the smaller side. Toko, you is like the same height as Koyomi, with both of them being like the smallest. They both of them are the shortest of the crew. Let me actually show that image on stream. This one. Okay. I gotta eventually find a faster process for showing this on OBS.
What's that in freedom units?
Well, 163 centimeters is 5.3 feet, which I don't know, cannot intuitively turn into inches.
5.3.
0.3 feet.
Great job.
3 is like what?
4
Maybe
inches?
a little bit more than a 4. So what's a fourth? Yeah, somewhere between 3 and 4 inches.
So she's like 5'4",
Okay,
5'3".
Google's fucking thing sucks because it also says it's 60.2 inches, which is just above.
What the fuck? Alright, well, cool. Alright, well...
No, wait, I typed 153
Google.
instead of 163. That makes more sense.
Oh, okay.
64 inches. 5'4".
60...
Okay, 5'4".
Alright. She's 5'4", and then you is 10 centimeters shorter.
Yeah, so probably like 5'1", 5'2", something like that.
Just a hair above 5.
Okay, okay. I like how... Is that you, sister, next to her, just trying to, like...
yeah.
tease her about the fact that she's taller? Other the teachers next to her.
I love you, sister, so much. It's really... She's great. She's really funny.
She's so funny.
And I think that she's also kind of like... She's kind of catching on. That there's something happening between.
I love that her sister is slowly starting to ship
them.
Oh,
she's...
I know.
I feel like she's known for a while.
They're not together.
I feel like
Are they together? God, I hope they're together.
Because
like,
remember,
not only God, I hope they're together, but if they're not together now, I will make sure they are later.
Right.
I assume
Well,
that's where
remember,
it's gonna
too,
run towards, where sister
I
starts
mean,
being a white woman.
she does literally like take a picture of the sleeping you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Text it to her.
And sends it to her, and she's immediately like, "Oh, I want to make
Which
this
is
my lock
a
screen so bad."
Fucking wild thing to do if you're not convinced.
Because she asked for her number, because she's immediately like, "Oh, you know, my sister, she really likes cheesecake, you know, and I bake. Oh, can you send me the recipe? No reason. Can you send me the?" I'm like, "Oh, okay, all right, well."
It's hilarious too because Toko is so uncharacteristically flustered there. Like she's just like completely scattered, you know?
Yeah.
Because she was like in performance mode, right? She was like, you know, being a proper house guest and using her manners and all that. And then she immediately hears that there's something nice that she can do for you, and she's like, actually, please give me the information right now, now, please.
Teach me how to seduce your sister with food. Then later her sister gets disappointed that she's not out shopping with Nanami.
Okay. I'm scrolling through to see.
But also remember too the one that when it was volume 1 or 2. It was last week when you know, they were like, we talked about how Yu's dad made that comment about, you know, if she had a girlfriend, he would have to put down his food or put down his foot, depending on the translation, right? The one who originally suggested the thought is Ray, is Yu's sister. So.
Yep. I'm like scrolling through to see what other moments we have here to bring up. Because then it just gets into the whole psyche and you conversation at the cafe, and then we go into the relay stuff, I think. What the fuck are you typing in my chat? Feet, foot, feet. I mean, if your freak, foot, and food are one and the same. What the fuck are you typing in my chat? What the fuck is this, Andy? As a mod? What are you typing? What is this shit? What the fuck is this? Okay, well...
Chev's really putting his food down.
I'm really putting my food down on this one, alright? Okay, I think that's...
You weren't supposed to notice that for another half hour, Chad.
You think I won't look to my right and immediately see you guys talking about freaky feet and food in my chat? What?
No!
Soul said I could take their mod sword if you're firing them. Aw. Okay, I'm scrolling through to see if there was any important other moments for during the play stuff that we wanted to bring up. But I think for the most part, I think we covered all the big grounds of the things. Yeah, I'm trying to...
I've covered everything I had notes on.
Okay. By the way, I think I glanced at how your notes were written out, and I thought it was very funny. What did you write? You wrote, please, please, please don't make the grown-ass adult part of this love polygon. I am begging you. And the next line is, God is kind.
Listen,
And
I
of course-
just
of course-
write out
of
my
course,
thoughts
God
as
is
I'm reading
referring-
what you're getting.
And of course, God is referring to Nakatani Nio Sensei.
Yes, yes. Oh, yes. Let's talk about the afterwords that we got this week from them. So, the first afterword, they were shouting out the official Twitter account for the series and their own personal account, and I think they said, oh, is this really a manga artist account? It's just some weird nerd's opinions about animes, I guess.
Sounds like a manga artist.
That's true, yeah. Then they shout out the official website too. And I think in both of the afterwards, they mentioned how they got to be a part of the Eclair anthology, which, as I started off the background for this, they eventually ended up doing several entries in the Eclair anthology series. I think they've been in like 5 of them or something like that. There was a lot when I looked through their manga entries. So if you're ever interested in Yuri anthology stories, they've contributed to quite a few of those. And then I guess in what was the one where they said you suck at explaining things? I think that was volume 4's afterwards. Let me pump it up and see. If I can find it here. Was it here or was it somewhere else? Because I see they say, hello, I'm Nakatani Nio. So this is volume 4 of Bloom Into You. How the time flies by. Your introduction could use a little more impact. It's, I don't know, boring. Your readers will just end up skimming this. I mean, this is the afterword. No, it wasn't this one. Where was the one I remembered seeing? I'll find it eventually. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I also got to draw a story in the Yuri anthology Eclair, which comes out in Japan on the same day as this volume. Please check it out. And then the other bird there goes, what's the story about? And she goes, well, there's a piano and glasses, and it might seem a little gloomy, but is kind of happy. And then I go, you suck at explaining things.
Listen, that description makes me want to read it, so...
I mean, hey. If it works, it works. Also, they apparently apologized. The afterword last time forgot a screen tone in one of the birds. They were very sorry about that, and so they added extra screen tones to one of the birds this week. Speaking of manga stuff, like the technical stuff with the manga. Okay, again, this week has been on our end of the official version of things, just random words being boldened still. It's not stopping apparently. I don't know why they've done it still. It in many cases adds weird emphasis to things that do not at all need emphasis. I don't know why it continues to be a thing. I don't know who decided to do it, but it's there still. And at this point it's probably not going away. So I'm just gonna have to deal with it, I guess. I'm gonna have to deal with shouting certain random words and sentences in my head as I read sometimes. I'll just have to deal with that. Yeah. And I guess volume 4, the afterword, they had mentioned that they did signings at several conventions, and then also they got an assistant briefly to help out, because before they didn't use assistants, I guess, and now they have an assistant to help out. And then I think one of the messages they got from the person is just, can I do the shading just on Riko Sensei's boobs? And they're like, oh, go for it. Just casual message from an assistant. Why not? Yeah, that was pretty much the afterwards. There's not too much to go into there. But they did have the bonus memes. Volume 3's bonus meme comic was Toko saw you doing physical exam stuff outside, and she was like, oh, I want to watch this. The teacher asked her to come up and answer something on the board, so she tries to answer it like super fast so she can go watch it again. It was very cute. She was like, everyone in class was like, oh my gosh, she's so smart. Oh my gosh, she's so cool for doing that. And she's literally just immediately trying to look out the window. But she was too late, I guess, so she was like sad when she got back to her desk. And then there was another one where they're studying together, and Yu is clearly about to pass out on her shoulder, on Toko's shoulder. But then she wakes herself up, so then Toko's like very disappointed because she's like, oh, come on. And she's like, focus on your studies, Koito. Come on now. What are you doing? Because she's like all sad that she didn't get that. And then we got the height order thing that I showed. And then we also got a diagram describing Koito's room layout, I guess, for reasons. I guess you might as well, since we had the two hang out in a room quite a few times now, I suppose.
Yeah, I figure if you made it to keep the drawing consistent, why not show the people, I guess?
Yeah, makes sense. Let me show it here. Oh my god. Can I shrink it? Yes, we can.
It does make me curious how many reference images get made that we never do see for the mangas.
Probably
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, as an artist.
There you go. I think we saw a few nice reference images in Summertime Rendering stuff as well, I believe. And Girls' Last Tour stuff was more like a lot of like bonus lore dumps about things, I think. But they were very nice too, though. So here in this image, we got closet is a total mess. Ray Chan's room, entering without asking is very ill-advised. We have a shelf for games, paperbacks, etc. We have no AC, depends on a fan in the summer. Drawers, the bottom one is hard to open in this position. The stuffed animals watch over everything. And bookshelf and writing desk. That's what we got there.
Is it really that common for Japanese people to just have a small table in the middle of their bedroom?
I don't know. I guess I
gets
see it
shown
often in
so
anime.
often.
So I see it often in anime. I feel like I don't know how I'd feel about that. I feel like I would kind of fuck with it or be annoyed by it. I think it depends.
Like, I guess if you constantly have friends over in your room, it would make sense. But, like...
Yeah. I also notice...
The only reason that it surprises me is that I feel like... Maybe this is just me, but I feel like a lot of times rooms from Japan in general tend to be portrayed as Oh. Tend
we-
to be portrayed.
Sorry. We just got raided by friend of the stream, Asta. Asta, thank you so much. Hold up, holy shit. Let me give you the shout out. Okay, you can keep going, Andy. I'm gonna do the shout outs and all that, and we'll talk more about this.
Gonna say, I feel like the reason that I wouldn't fuck with a table in the middle of my bedroom is because my room is small enough that it would be more cumbersome and in the way than it would be beneficial. And I feel like generally that is also tends to be the case with a lot of the houses that are portrayed in anime and manga, where there's not a whole lot of like floor space. So then to me it also still feels counterintuitive to have the table in the middle of the room in anime and manga as well. Because like if it's a sitting room, like that's different, you're gonna have a coffee table, but like in a bedroom, dog, let me lay face down on the floor when it's hot, you know?
Yeah.
In the way of that.
Right. I will say,
Or you could lay down. You could lay face down on the table.
One thing I
Just
have
plank
noticed
in the middle of your bedroom.
Yeah, I've noticed this often in like how bedrooms are portrayed in anime. None of these people ever have TVs in their rooms. I don't know if this is just if this is common there. I'm not sure. Oh, don't try to do the get and redeem. All the redeems are turned off. There's no redeems. Yeah, sorry. There's no redeems or sounds in the book club scene because I don't need all that stuff happening. I know. I'm sorry, Asta. Let me real quick. Thank you so much again for the raid, Asta. I actually had you were playing Silk Song. Hell yeah. I didn't want to watch it because I didn't want to get spoiled about it, but I had it open in another tab, and I was gonna have us raid into you if you were still going. But you apparently rated it to me instead. So thank you so much for that, Asta. I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. And I hope your stream went well. I hope Silk Song is going well too. How far did you guys get into it? I hope it went well. I've heard that it is very popular. I can't say I've heard a lot about it because I haven't heard anything about it except that it came out and crashed servers as it came out. So I'm assuming it's good.
I like how Twitch is saying that you're a raider to your own channel because
is it really? Oh yeah, that's true because because I was watching it. I'm a raider to my own channel. Wow, is this allowed? I don't know if this is allowed. It really does say it. Holy shit!
That's right. It's all the way down.
Well, that just makes it more peak. The more death, the more peak. I think that's how that works.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think we ever really have gotten raided before in the middle of book club. I don't remember if we have before, so I apologize if we're interrupting our discussions to talk about this, but yeah. So what'd you say? Stream went well, just very difficult for me. I have no experience in platforming. Oh, okay. Well, believe in yourself. Believe. You got this. You got this. One day I will play Hollow Knight. One day.
The only time that I remember the table in the middle of the room being plot relevant was in the Ouran High School Host Club anime, where the floor plan size didn't fucking matter because they're all disgustingly rich. So Kyoya's bedroom was massive anyway, and it was katsu, whatever the heated ones are for the winter.
Oh yeah,
that's what.
Yeah.
It was that one. So I feel like that's like, I don't remember. Something about tables and being in the middle of rooms. It ruins the feng shui. Is that the
feng shui?
There's like rules. Have you ever actually looked at the rules?
Yeah, I have actually. There was a game I played at one point that tried to be a puzzle game about making sure the room worked with the feng shui rules, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? It seems like a nightmare." I mean, the game seemed fun, and it was trying to teach you the rules, but when I thought about the rules that you have to follow for, and I was like, "Holy fuck, this sounds like a nightmare."
I had my college boss. She was Chinese, and she did the feng shui rules where if you put anything on her desk, immediately, like that's how you got her attention. You put something on her desk, she immediately has to pick it up and find a place for it.
Oh my god.
Call her name? No. Put something on her desk? Oh no. Oh no.
I love that though.
So real quick, thank you so much again for the raid. Thank you so much for the follow, Noe Beats. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much to everybody for showing up. For those of you who are new to whatever this is a weekly Anime Book Club live stream discussions we hosted in my server at discord.wolfborg.com, where every week, Thursday night, starting at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, we meet and discuss 2 manga volumes per week until we're done with the series. And this series, we are discussing Bloom Into You. So it's been very interesting time. I am now realizing that my image on the screen is blocking the chat that is showing up on here, so I will move this out of the way. Yeah. So if you are somebody who wants to become a part of these, either just joining us in the reading and listening to us yap about it on stream, or if any of you actually want to become a part of the discussions, everybody is welcome to hop right in, you know, in the middle of these calls and talk about these as we go through the readings. So we are doing Bloom Into You right now. This week is volumes 3 and 4. There are 8 total volumes with this series, and then afterwards we're going to be doing a vote in the server to determine the next series that we're going to be reading through. So if you want to be a part of that, hop right into the server and grab yourself the Anime Book Club role, and then you can become a part of the crew and you can hang out with us. So that's there if you are interested in that. Can't wait for this stream to be part of my daily schedule. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's every Thursday at 9 o'clock Eastern time. We stream this on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick all at the same time. So you can watch them on any of those platforms. The VOD permanently lives on the YouTube channel. So you can always go to the YouTube channel and you can watch previous streams of those if you ever miss any of those. So thank you so much again for that. I think we're getting close to wrapping up our discussions about this. We're talking about some of the bonus meme stuff that we had for this week's stuff, because we pretty much talked about a lot of the plot stuff for this week.
You guys can't get mad at me for being Umineko killed. This time last year, we were reading Umineko.
That is true. We were, in fact, reading Umineko this time last year. That's true. That's true. Did we ever solve the mystery in the end? Did we ever?
It's amazing. It's a total fabrication.
Nuh-uh! No, it's real! It's real, it happens!
The One Piece is real! It's real!
So context is that I have not read Umineko and do not know much about it, but
yep.
Based on what I do know, do you think you could see it?
No.
And could Maki?
Yes.
No way.
The reference is I don't know what in the world this means, but the phrase is without love it cannot be seen.
Okay, that's what I thought you were referring to. I just wanted to make sure. Without love it cannot be seen.
But
listen, you can like see it a little bit. She's like able to squint and see it. Like she has the vision to see it probably. You know, but she's just not like she thinks she's looking at it wrong, perhaps. Okay, Maki probably.
Nanami is Anche.
I was saying like Maki would be a witch. Maki, yeah, Maki because he's an
Maki
observer.
Would be a witch.
Yeah, he's an observer. He's
okay. That's kind of cooking though.
He's removed from the story.
Wait.
Just there to serve as witness.
Is Maki the what was the name of the writer woman in the end who was like presenting them to the public?
Anyway,
Begin with a T. Begin with a T.
Spoil Umineko and Bloom Into You.
Listen, okay, listen. It's fine. All right, listen. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is a lot of complicated things are happening here in Bloom Into You. A lot of very complicated things with the relation dynamics with all these characters.
And there's still a chance it could still be mer people.
What the fuck? Listen, mer people can always happen. I don't know how it's going to happen here, but we are also doing a stage play, so I don't know. It doesn't seem like that kind of stage play, but you know, I don't know.
You never know.
I don't know. Maybe she decides instead of going after the lover, the family member, or the school friend, she goes after the mer people instead. That's quite the choice. I choose none of you. I revert to the sea. Would be a choice for her character to choose. The sea calls to me. Yep, of course. Viewers Hunter, how's it going? Buzzing in from way out of town to say this Yuri manga has hands. Oh boy, it does. It does in fact have hands. Oh boy. So, what are we?
Yeah, in fact, I think almost every character has 2 hands.
Was there a different Yuri series about hands? Catch These Hands? That was a Yuri series, right?
Yes, I read that one.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was cute, except for the rival love interest. Anyway.
Oh, the psyche. Okay. The psyche of the group. They have really nice hands. Listen, they're nice hands. Okay, so what else do we have here? Do we have anything else that we need to yeah? I love the vibe of this stream. It feels like an early morning radio talk show. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad you're enjoying it. You've caught us towards us sort of unwinding a bit because we pretty much talked about
we're a
most of the
little
plot
unhinged
points
at
here.
the moment, but
Yeah, because we pretty much talked about like most of the actual plot stuff and our feelings. But oh, by the way, and I think you posted this. And what is this creature that was removed from the cover? What is this?
Oh, that's me.
Oh, that's you? Oh,
yeah.
Interesting. I'm gonna show it on stream if I can find the image again.
Is it you or is it you?
I really would prefer that you not show me on stream.
Oh, you would prefer not getting docs like this? Well,
Congrats on
unfortunately.
your manga debut. Like, that's really cool.
Yeah, I know. I was really excited.
It was something on her shirt. Like, it was on her shirt earlier, like some franchise thing. I'm assuming copyright stuff.
This is like a jellyfish? What is this?
It's a jellyfish. I mean, it just says kurage and jelly, and then which just means jellyfish.
Oh, okay. I
So-
didn't know that this one. Okay, I see.
He was too
And it
fucked up.
doesn't
and
even
evil
look like a
looking.
jellyfish, but
Listen, there was an attempt. Sadly
Damn.
removed from the cover, so they wanted to include this jellyfish thing on the cover, I assume. Listen. They tried, okay? Well,
Yeah, I don't know why it would have been removed from the cover. It's not
This-
like
This creature's a part of book club
it
now.
might have just looked weird, and so they were like, "What the heck is this? It's not identifiable," and so it's just going to confuse people.
This creature's part of book club now. Hold on, I'm fixing the image.
Can we oh wait, can you add him to the bedroom background image when that gets done?
What about it? What about the bedroom image? Oh, you mean the book club background? Whenever potentially, if it ever gets made, yes.
We have to
add the creature. There's gonna be I imagine there's gonna be a poster that says "I believe in mer people" or some shit like that. Like it was mer people. It's gonna be like the "I believe" poster, but it's gonna be it was mer people. Yeah, it's gonna be that.
Those like makeshift campaigns that YouTubers do all the time, where they like release plushes of their mascots. You need to do that with Break. So get a Break plush to like sit on the couch.
I hate to break it to you, but Break already has an official plush.
Oh my god!
Though?
Can we
yes,
get it?
it recently came out like last year.
Does it have an Emily?
Probably. I don't know. Oz got one too.
That'd be very.
Yeah, the best two characters.
Oh, it does have Emily.
Now I'm assuming they
That's
obviously
character.
also sell a real Emily doll. Is there a real Emily doll that's sold?
I hope so.
I would
Did
hope.
you?
Oh, look at him.
They're so cute.
Love the little doodle. Looks really cute. Oh my god.
Did you put the jelly creature on top of Spaghetti, or is Spaghetti at the front on the stream?
Spaghetti is at the
back
front on the
image.
stream.
Okay.
The Spaghetti's at
Finally.
because of the text font thing that Spaghetti uses. Spaghetti is listed at the end of the Discord list, but the front of the stream list. I don't know how that works, but that's just how that works.
That's called math.
Sure. Listen.
Spaghetti, what were your thoughts on this week's reading? You've been quiet.
I've been quiet because I made the mistake.
Are you
of
playing
reading
Rise of Exile? Is that why you've been
Path of
quiet?
Exile. It's
Path of Exile.
It's Path, actually. It is Path of Exile 2, to be right.
No. I read the chapters before I have an exam, so honestly this whole thing has just been a refresher for me because I just
That's fair.
forgot
That's
a
fair.
lot of the story.
No, that's fair.
Well,
It's tomorrow. It
Okay.
should be fine. I've had to read a lot of very text heavy things this week.
that's okay. It happens.
Well, we believe in you, okay? You're gonna do well on the exam.
You'll do great.
We
on
believe
your
in you.
exam. You'll be fueled by the Yuri.
Thank you.
Are you rooting for Toko or are you rooting for Saiki, though?
I'll say
Or you mean-
Saiki.
You or Saiki, Chap?
Yes, actually. That's what I mean. Who are you? Listen,
Wow.
listen. Who's gonna win in the end? Who's gonna win?
You.
Yuri.
You as in me, or
True.
you as... By the way, okay, you just reminded me about this, okay? The fact that her name is you. There was one panel where the translator and or typesetter person fucked it up in the official release because her name is you, and they replaced it and I think it was during the sports festival where somebody says, hey, don't talk with the opposing team, don't get too close to them, and then Toko tries to talk to you and says, you, she's supposed to say you too, but she says you, comma, two, because her name is you. I was like, oh, see, it makes me want to just keep calling her Koito for the talks, just because that keeps fucking me up a bit, but also it confused.
Every time.
Yeah, go on.
Sorry, every time Toko says like you, I just add Hakusho to the end in my head.
I've been talking with my Japanese teacher about Bloom Into You because for part of our practice, you know, we just read a whole section that was about different people recommending different mangas. We had to listen to audio of people recommending mangas and trying to have me, like, you know, realize what I just heard, understand what I just heard, and talk about what I just heard and things like that. And they were talking about things like recommending Death Note, explain the plot of Death Note, explain the plot to Full Metal Alchemist, explain the plot to Nodame no Kantebiri, or something like that. And then the Rose of Versailles, I think. No, it was about a pianist. It was about a pianist and conductor or something.
I'm sorry, about a what?
Okay, you gonna do this to me? We're not doing this game here. We're not doing this game. And so I had to describe a manga that I've been reading recently, and so I tried to describe in Japanese this, and I realized as I was starting to do it, I know some words that might help, but it does not help with how complicated they make the situation for this. I'm like, okay, well, you know, you can't love or doesn't think that she can how do I describe this simply? It's not that she can't love, she thinks she can't love. And
Yeah,
the class
can't even explain
president
it in English, like, let alone.
Yeah, I was trying to like describe it to her in English so she can help me figure out how to describe it in Japanese, and even she was just like, this sounds very complicated, whatever. And then I remembered that this we said last week, this manga has furigana and you can actually read it online. So I sent her a bit of that so she can look at it a bit, so she can understand what I was trying to say. So she was interested in that. I don't know if she's going to end up reading it or whatever. That would be interesting if she does end up reading it. So.
Converting your Japanese teacher to be a Yuri fan.
Well, we did read a bit of Idol Story together because I told her that I was interested in the series and it has furigana, so we ended up reading a bit of that. We've also read together a bit of the Tatsuki Fujimoto manga Look Back. We read a bit of that, so it was interesting to do. But yeah, I realized while trying to describe to her the plot of Bloom Into You in Japanese that, like, it is very complicated to describe what the fuck is happening with, like, I can understand some of the words, but I'm just like, okay, grammatically speaking, how do I order these things to express the nuance of what the fuck is going on here? Yeah, because, like,
yeah, you would have to use a lot of complex compound sentences.
Yes, yeah.
Tack a bunch of stuff together in weird ways.
Yeah. Oh, but I also remembered I was trying to describe the characters' names and I wasn't sure which name to use, and she was like, when she read the series a bit, she was like, oh, her first name is you. I thought her first name might have been Koito, because I think she had said something about like the name could have been used as a first or last name or something, so she wasn't sure for that. And the same for Nanami or whatever. She wasn't sure in some of those cases, I think. I forget what it was. But...
Yeah, I feel like Nanami could be a given name too.
Yeah. And then when she looked at it, she realized those were last names. So she's like, oh, I see, interesting. So there's a little thing that I exchange I had related to Bloom Into You that I wanted to share with the class. And there you go. That was that. All right, so do we have anything else here this week? Who are we hoping for? I mean, I don't know how I feel about the declaration Yu has in the end about wanting to change Toko. I know in my heart it's going to be her wanting a positive change for Toko, but also I don't know how I feel in general about wanting to change somebody else to make a relationship work. I don't know how I feel about that, but I guess it depends on the context and the reasons for it.
It's gonna go horribly, and I'm here for it.
How do we? I just wonder.
I don't know.
Like,
I just hope Toko gets her out of her own head a little bit. Like,
yeah. Man, I'm really interested in what's going to happen with that play, what we end up doing with it. I'm interested in what Toko decides with that stuff. I'm interested in how Saiki is going to react to it as well, because obviously, if the ending does change, she's effectively having Toko picking her be pulled out from under her. So that's going to be interesting with that too. A lot to consider with that. A lot to consider with it. So, yeah. Do you have any other thoughts, concerns, opinions, any other
well, now you
memes,
just made me
streams?
think.
Yeah.
You know, the way the play is written, the character that Toko plays
Yep.
is sort of open and vulnerable with Sayaka's character,
Yep.
right? But
Yep.
that's not actually particularly true in real life, other than that like one scene at the summer camp, right? But like in
Exactly, yeah.
general, yeah.
Which
So that's
again,
interesting.
was really interesting because it was actually the first moment it felt like that Saiki actually took the step. Like,
Right.
it seemed like she was very nervous about doing that because she felt like she
Yeah.
might have been crossing a line doing that. So I thought that was very interesting. But again, now we're at a point now where she's starting to feel the pressure by you being there and getting closer with Toko, where she's like, I gotta start doing things now if I ever want a chance at expressing my feelings to Toko's, you know? So it's very interesting they have that going on. And in some ways this week, Yu has also gotten closer with Saiki, but if that ending is taken from her and she finds out that Yu had any part to play in that ending being taken from her too, it's going to be interesting to see the results. Very interesting. We'll see how that goes. I'm very interested to see how the play is going to work out. I can't wait to check that out.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah. Koyomi's just like, I'm just writing my play. I've never written this before. Oh yeah, she had like a little nervous moment too, where she's like, I finished the play, and she just wouldn't let go of the script.
Oh, that was cute. Yeah.
She's like, no, I don't know.
Do you think that one guy saying, "Hey, we should add a kiss," is foreshadowing?
Oh my god. That was Dojima who said that too, right? Obviously.
Yeah. Of course it was Dojima.
We should have it a kiss. Because they were talking about that, like, oh, Saiki's going to be the love interest.
Token sleazeball straight guy.
Yeah. They made a comment, the student council was like, oh, if it's two girls as the love interest, it'll make the play more interesting to the school, too. And then he's immediately like, let's add a kiss.
More people will come.
Like, okay, well, let's calm down there, Dojima, all right, buddy? Let's calm down, buddy.
It was also funny. Maki was like, I'm not sure how people would react to a freshman boy being Toko's love interest.
Yeah.
It
Or was
can't
it?
be
Maybe
you.
it wasn't Maki.
We can't burn
I
the
can't
school
remember who
down.
it was, but
yeah. So that's a lot of dynamics at play with that. I wonder how that'll play out. How it'll play out.
All
So
right,
I'm allowed one too. Okay, what the fuck? This is bullshit. Everybody does all this shit in free show. I'm not okay, listen. All right. Well, any other thoughts, concerns, memes, dreams, anything in betweens before we wrap this up for this week? All right,
Yeah, just read out what I posted.
Okay, well, we have a Tumblr post.
No, read right
says,
before that.
Oh. Dojima is this series' Larry. And then this is referring to Larry from Ace Attorney, right? That Larry. It says, Tumblr post that says, if there was a show where every character was gay, and you had the token straight guy character who acted really stereotypical and was into cars, beers, and women, and everyone was like, oh, straight Larry, you're so funny and straight. And then it's a picture of Larry from Ace Detective. So, or Ace Attorney. Why did I say Ace Detective? It's very different. Listen. Anyways.
Ace Ventura.
Yeah, Ace Ventura, that's what it was. Anyways, thank you so much for all that. We're going to wrap it up for this week. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping on by for tonight. That was volumes 3 and 4 of Bloom Into You. We are halfway through the series. Next week, we'll be reading volumes 5 and 6 of Bloom Into You. So, remember, we stream
Bloom into me?
every... yeah, Bloom Into You. You. I'm pointing at you. You can't see the finger, but it's pointing at you. All right?
Is it me or is it you? Like, as in Koito?
It's not Koito. It's not spelled the same. I know.
No?
I, as far as I can tell, I don't know. But listen, that's going to be volumes 5 and 6 next week. So if you're somebody who wants to become a part of the discussions about it, either in the text chat or here in the voice chat, you can join discord.wolfborg.com, where you can grab yourself the book club role and you can become a part of the book club. You can read through Bloom Into You with us, or you can become part of the book club for the next vote if you want, or you can just listen in on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick all at the same time every Thursday at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. So, thank you so much again, everybody. Let's see who's online to raid for this week. Thank you for the stream. Thank you so much for hanging out, and thanks so much again for the raid. I appreciate it so much. Oh my god. Thank you for the awesome entertainment. Never change, guys. I'll try not to, unless you is plotting to actively make us change. I don't know.
I was gonna say, telling us to not change after this series is like, oh, I mean, there's some implications there, actually.
Also, if you're in the chat, we do have a raid message. If you would like to use that, there it is. Now, let me actually find somebody to raid. Okay. Oh, okay. I can't even... There we go. Alrighty. Well, again, my raid target was originally gonna be Asta, and then Asta raided it to me, so now I don't know what to do with my life. Let's see here. We will raid into... Aria. Traveler Aria playing Celeste. Let's go say hi to Aria.
Yo, Celeste.
Yeah, I played that ages ago off stream. It was really good. I didn't play any of the, like... There's like DLC afterwards that came out, right?
Yeah, there was Farewell.
Yeah, I didn't play any of that yet. So maybe one day. Maybe one day. Alright, well...
Did you just do the main game, or did you do the B-sides and C-sides?
I think I only did the main game. I think there was some extra stuff afterwards, and I got too tired to do it at the time, so I think I did something else. But...
You probably really want to do the extra stuff before you do Farewell.
Okay,
Is the
I'll keep
C-side
that
of
in
each
mind.
episode?
Yes.
Base.
That was good.
Alright, well, it's time for us to raid out, so thank you so much, everybody, for coming. We'll talk to you all later. Bye, stream! Bye-bye!
Bye.
Bye, stream! Bye, stream! Bye-bye-bye! Bye-bye! Yippee!